Hi, welcome to Amicus Cloud. Today I'm going to give you a short summary of how Amicus helps you with your email. The main place you work with your email in Amicus Cloud is the email module. Here it is. Let's talk about what we're looking at. This is your email. All of it. Amicus Cloud gives you total integration of your email. I want to pause there for a second because everyone seems to claim integration with email, but different people seem to mean quite different things by that. You have to really look closely at what they do. For example, some well-known programs mean by integration that while you can take any given email and forward it to your practice management system if you can remember a very complicated specialized email address for each different client matter file, and then you can also remember to forward the ones you want to get there. Ouch. Or others mean, well, if you save an email as a document, you can then upload that document to your practice management system to store it there. Well, that's not integration. Those are awkward workarounds. Integration means seamlessly and effortlessly every email you send or receive is immediately in your practice management system, all without you having to do a thing. Every saved email folder is there as well. In fact, everything you do and see in Outlook is instantly in Amicus Cloud and vice versa. They both work from the same database, so there's no issue with synchronizing two systems or forwarding or copying or anything like that. It's not a link. With Amicus Cloud, it's live. Now, only Amicus Cloud has that total integration of email. And given how vital email is to your law practice, that's huge. Oh, and I should say the same thing applies if you don't use Outlook. For instance, if you're a Macintosh user, the same thing applies to all the email you send on your Mac or an iPad or your smartphone. All right, let's have a closer look. Here I'm looking at my inbox. This is my real full inbox of all the email people are sending me. It looks very much like the inbox in Outlook, and indeed it works the same way and has all the same controls. You can see who the emails are from. You get a little icon to see whether the envelope's been opened or not, and it's bold to help you recognize the ones you haven't read yet. Over here we see the subject matter, but here's where we start to get different from Outlook because Amicus Cloud also gives you a client matter file that each email relates to. Now, not every email is on a file, or at least on a file yet. Many of them are personal or other such things. Where possible, Amicus actually will assign emails to a file as soon as it recognizes who the email is from and what client matter file that person is working with you on. So for example, here you can see several emails. They're bold. I haven't opened them yet, but they're already on client matter files because Amicus knew, for instance, that Jim Cooperman is working with me on the Cooperman matter. There you can see not only does it tell me that, but as my mouse is over it, that's a hyperlink. If I wanted to open the Cooperman matter right now, I could just click on that. Another really important and specialized column is over here on the right hand side. This is telling me whether or not I have done a time entry on the email. Where I have the word done appears. And you can see I've been good. I've made many time entries on some of these emails. There's others that I haven't. If I want to do a time entry for any given email, I just have to select it, click the button for do a time entry, and Amicus will do a full time entry for me. There it is. That was one click. I can, of course, edit any of it that I want, but usually I just say, thank you, Amicus, save and close that, and it goes back onto my file list marked, now a time entry has been done. You may notice over here at the right a little arrow symbol. This is a preview symbol, so as you use Amicus Cloud and its email facility, if you want to scan through your emails quickly and see which ones you might want to get into further detail, you can preview them just by clicking the little arrow there so that they appear and disappear for you as you scan through and figure out what you need to read next. Of course, when you want to read anything in detail, you can just double click on it and the full email detail arises. So here we have an email detail, an email from George to me, Bobby, on the subject of the Widgetco share purchase matter. Again, all of that was supplied for me, and we can go straight to the file just by clicking on it. I have all the usual email controls. I can reply all if it's from a group. I can forward it to someone else. I can flag it for follow-up, mark that the follow-up was complete, or remove a flag. I see dates, times, everything like that, and the signature. I can delete it, print it, and once again, everywhere in Amicus, there's always this do a time entry in case I haven't yet done a time entry for this. If I want to create a new email, of course, I just click the new email button, and up pops a new email for me to address it. I can start typing in who I want to email like this, and as soon as Amicus recognizes it, it will recognize that I'm trying to email Jim Cooperman at the Megabank, and it will put in his email. Or I can use the selection dialog to find any of my contacts and add them to the email, so you can see the email building down at the bottom as to who it's going to, with CCs, BCCs, and the rest. Full support for attachments. Once again, I can just type in a file name or use the selector if I want to relate this to a file. So it's very fast and easy to get all of that in, marking emails urgent. And you can see that when I type, I have full font editing capabilities, the ability to put in pictures, graphics, justify text, everything you would want in a professional, fully formatted email. You can see by default I've got a signature that says sent using Amicus Attorney. You can change that to anything you want, and I'll show you how in a couple of minutes. So Amicus is a full email client. You can send emails as well as receive them, format them, treat them all in every way that you would expect to in any modern professional email system. Now, again, you don't have to. You can do all your email here from within Amicus, and that's very convenient. Or you could be sending your email from your smartphone. It doesn't matter. You have freedom to work the way you want to. All emails, however they're sent or received, will appear here when you want to work with them in a practice management context. Of course, you can sort the list using the sort control, and you don't just have to look at your inbox. You can look at drafts, junk if you really want to, all emails you've sent. Amicus Saved, we'll talk about that in a minute, because Amicus will automatically save emails into special folders if you want. But perhaps before you started using Amicus, you had folders in your Outlook or Mac Mail. So for example, I used to use Outlook, and I used to have a folder where I kept my family emails. So I just start to type the name of that folder, and there it is. There's all the emails I had saved into that particular Outlook Save Mail folder. What does this mean? It means that all your emails, including saved mail folders from Outlook, are here in Amicus Cloud, again, without me having to do a thing. Alright, we saw that signature. Let's have a look at how it arose. If I go into the options up here on the right, my preferences appear, and down at the bottom here you can see email. I'll click my email settings, and there's several really interesting ones. There's where my signature is. You can type in whatever your standard signature is, including special confidentiality, verbiage, or anything else that you need at the bottom of every one of your emails. Inbox control is another really interesting thing that Amicus Cloud provides, because you can just leave everything in your inbox, which is the default. But I don't know about you, but for me, when my inbox gets too big, it becomes overwhelming, and I start to have trouble remembering which emails I've paid attention to and which ones I haven't. Amicus Cloud will help with that. If we select this option, read messages can be moved from your inbox to the files save folder after they've been associated to that file, and you've done a time entry, very important, and the message is not flagged for follow-up. And you can also set a length of time if you just want to make sure it sits in your inbox for a period of time before it gets moved. So these are all options and controls you can use and set up so that actually your email is being managed better than it would be in most mail programs. And you can do the same thing with sent items as well. So lots of control and power to work with your email and manage it better. Last but certainly not least, I just want to remind you that Amicus Mail will appear on a file too. So if we pick a file, let's open, say, Burwood and Wright, we can see in that file not only all the file details of various kinds and everything else that's in Amicus, but any emails that have been sent or received by me or anyone else in my firm on the file, which is another one of the great powers of Amicus Attorney's email control. Alright, that was just a very fast overview of what Amicus Cloud can do for you in terms of managing email. The short news is that it can do all email management that you need. It's all there. I hope it's helped. If you want more information, please sign up for one of our regular free training webinars. Thanks for listening.